Wednesday, Thursday.
This morning.
I haven't left.
Thank God.
Pardon us shoving all this into your face.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
How was the signing at the Marvel Group?
Really cool. Those fans are so nice. They're like, there was a group of like 5 teenage girls that they brought up, and they were like crying, like Olivia and Aubrey were the Beatles, and then I had to explain to them who the Beatles were, and it got awkward.
So congratulations on season 2.
Thank you very much. Very excited.
Have you like started thinking? I know it's Mayhem.
Yeah.
Like, how far along have you mapped it out?
You know what? I have a weird thing where I can't stop thinking about my characters. So I've given a lot of thought to season 2. I think without giving away too much about the rest of season 1, I think season 2 will be about Tandy and Tyrone figuring out what kind of vigilantes they want to be. And that's why we were kind of excited about Mayhem, because we have a character, I wouldn't call her a hero or a villain, but she's a character who does the things we want to do if we didn't kind of hem and haw about consequences. So the idea of putting them on the same path will help Tandy and Tyrone triangulate and hopefully disagree about what kind of vigilantes Cloak and Dagger should eventually be.
I feel like Marvel shows are dominating TV more than DC shows are. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure that's true though. There's the CW I think has 400 DC shows on now. It seems like I think we've both found our own spaces, and I think there's a lot of big fans of those CW shows, and you have to give them so much credit for crossing them over when all of a sudden there's like 4 different shows having crossovers. But I think Marvel, for me, I connect with a little more simply because it's character driven, and I think they also allow us to set up a slightly different look and feel. The ability to kind of set this up almost like a Sundance coming-of-age movie was kind of the most exciting thing about me, and I kept waiting for Marvel to push back and say this is our look and feel. But I think what Jeff Loeb in Marvel Television does is similar to what Kevin Feige does. He's like, okay, you have your vision, run with it. I'm going to help you keep it so it's not dissonant, but people like different things. Not everybody likes vanilla ice cream, so I think it's been really helpful. You can have a show like this, you can have a show like Jessica Jones, you can have a show like The Runaways, and they all feel of the same piece, but they're not copying each other.
So you have a lot of creative freedom?
Absolutely. Not as much as I want,
Right. Well, yeah.
but more than I give them credit for when I get angry.
Yeah, okay, good.
Why do you think superheroes are such a great tool to create social commentary?
And I think we all wish we could do more. I think we all wish we could save the world. I think we all feel powerless. I think right now, just even looking at the Parkland kids, looking at Emma Gonzalez standing up, particularly for Tandy and Tyrone, I think kids are going to save the world. I think the world needs some saving really soon. And I've seen no sign that the older generation is going to step up. It's always been kind of frustrating. So Tandy and Tyrone represent me, the hope that maybe the next generation, as much as we make fun of millennials, will stand up and kind of help fix the things that we've messed up.
Is that the main story that you're wanting to tell and saying we can't hear from this? Like, while the superhero part of it is fun, is your main goal to really keep at that core of that message that...
Yeah, I think there's a few goals. I think one of the exciting and daunting things is this is like the first young female lead in the Marvel Universe, This is the first young black lead in the Marvel Universe. So the most important thing, I think, was kind of representing a point of view that I didn't necessarily have. I grew up with Peter Parker, I grew up with Tony Stark, but I think we need to understand that if you're a young superhero, you can't just tell white male stories and put a different actor in front of it. We tried really just to create a diverse writer's room and really say we all have to be heroes. We all have very different challenges in life, and we need to come together to fix as many of them as we can.
Even my mom, who thought she hated superheroes, loved Jessica Jones. I was just wondering, have you reached an audience that has surprised you?
Absolutely. There was literally a man at the signing today who said he was a dentist, and he found out about this show from his 65-year-old patient. And I'm like, that's the greatest. I'm just going to retire right now. Again, after the Teenage Girls was a couple who said it was their only show they watched together. Particularly a show on Freeform where some people are like, oh, Freeform shows aren't for me. Now you have like 25-year-old men being like, gotta go to Freeform to watch Cloak and Dagger. So I don't think the show's for everybody, but I'm amazed at the giant Venn diagram of fans we have.
You mentioned Peter Parker and how Cloak and Dagger originated from the Spider-Man book. Would you want another vigilante or superhero to come guest star?
Here's the part where I say none of my opinions represent the Marvel Corporation, the Disney Corporation, or anybody who does anything with superheroes. You know, my dream against all legal barriers is for Cloak and Dagger and Spider-Man to interact in some sort of way. But, you know, Marvel TV's been great. We're able to throw a Misty Knight reference into our last episode. They mentioned O'Reilly. I was at a party yesterday and those two actresses were talking, and I was literally taking secret pictures, just like, all right, we're gonna put this in a frame in her apartment now. So I really love the Netflix shows that kind of came up on Daredevil. So I would love to see Cloak and Dagger interact with all of them. That's what Cloak and Dagger are. They show up in different books, and you're not surprised. They're like, now they're in Spider-Man, now they're in the Avengers, now they're in X-Men, and that's kind of who Tandy and Tyrone are.
Do you think because there are so many superhero shows on TV that like the modern and sophisticated TV audience has the need for escapism?
I don't know. I think we all have the ability to watch whatever we can, and we have the ability to catch up on things. One of the things that's been amazing in Cloak and Dagger is like people who didn't tune into the first episode were able to tune in 6 weeks later, and that couldn't happen. Like when I told people to watch Buffy, they were like, I can't buy the DVDs. But now we're in an era where like word of mouth is like, oh, I can just go on Hulu and actually do what you told me to do. It's great. So I think people need escapism. I think television particularly is like asking a friend into your home. And so I think if you can write something good, you hope you get enough people to watch it to keep doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.